Hey guys, back at it. This is day 309, 310, and 311 in my 1-year daily diary challenge. This challenge was prompted after I completed a 100-day challenge, and those first 100 days were intuitively prompted through a meditation devotional session. And if you want more information about those, pop back and listen in because we are in day 300 plus, and there are so many of these recordings. It's crazy, amazing. I just keep thanking my intuition for prompting me to do this. It's just been such an amazing process and journey. Now, I've been doing a lot of combo episodes just because of the craziness of this trip, and all the things that have been going on have just not allowed me to get these daily recordings in. It's just, things are a little shifted, and, schedule is not kind of like the same as it is at home. So I am having grace with myself and having grace with the process and just continuing to document all of my journey and just the fun stuff that's been going on. So these days would be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, day 309, 310, and 311. So still in Florida, still hanging out. Kids are just enjoying the weather. I'm enjoying the weather. We're enjoying to connect with family and connect with friends. So Thursday, it was just a little bit of a high vibe. I think I was riding the wave of that sound bath and just connection with my new Florida love. And like I said, I still haven't landed on a really cute nickname or name for him because I just it's just so beautiful, and I just want to use his name, but for the purposes of not, identifying other people in my life, I try to give everybody little nicknames and not say other people's names other than mine, just to be respectful. Anyway, so riding the high, got up, got myself kind of situated, dressed in a sense, because I was going to my Restore Hyper Wellness place to do my sauna and to do my cryotherapy before doing house hunting with the kids and the realtor. So I went to Restore, I did my sauna, I did my cryotherapy, and it was just so nice because when I walked through the door, one of these girls who I met probably on a different trip, she just remembered my name, and she was so excited, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, Summer, I can't believe, you're back, and it's so good to see you." So that was just something that really brightened up my morning. And I went and did my services, and I had a very nice, relaxing, meditative time in the sauna. And it was almost forced silence because for some reason the cord to connect my phone and music or podcasts or whatever was not working. And so I just decided to do silence and sat with the silence in the sauna, had my meditative time, was able to just really chill and relax and sweat a lot. Then got myself, showered off and into cryotherapy. Then finish my cryotherapy. Then I, headed out and got in the car, called the kids, made sure they were up and ready to go, that they were, I prepped them before that they knew I was coming to pick them up. So I called and I made sure they were ready, and they were ready when I got there. So I just got all of our stuff in the car and met the realtor at the first house. Now, I had been looking on Zillow and checking out different listings that she was sending me, and I had a few on my list, not a lot, but a few. And so we went to maybe 4 or 5 houses. And the first one was super cute. I could definitely see us there. I could see us living there and settling in there. But it's been on the market almost 200 days. Price hasn't moved. no pending sales. Like, it's just like very odd that there's no movement on it and no price adjustments. And so the realtor reached out to the listing realtor and kind of got some more information that, the owner of the house is an elderly woman, and the family is taking over trying to sell it for them. And so they, are very stuck on what price they want. So they're not motivated to sell quickly is kind of the gist of it. So I was like, well, I don't really want to force something to happen if it's not really flexible in price, because personally I thought the price was a little high. But so just kind of moved through that, and loved different features at the house. Loved, there's a pool and a just open, big, beautiful open spaces and lots of light. So then we went to another house. It was a smaller, older house, lots of yard, and we kind of all decided that it was a no-go, just because it felt really small, and that's not what we were looking for. All of these houses, again, were in the same price point, so we were just able to compare very easily. And then we went to a condo townhouse, and it was a 2-bedroom, and we were kind of seeing if we could fit into the 2 bedrooms because it was a water view. It was on the lake, just beautiful, beautiful view of the lake. And I was just like, can you imagine waking up to the water every day? Just gorgeous. We could have made it work, but it was like the HOA was really, really high. And it was, it didn't feel right. So we moved on to the last house. And the last house was a very exciting house because I kind of went through my Zillow and I started to look at addresses and just try to find angel number addresses. And it's just almost like shits and giggles. This house is in the school zone. It was a really nice looking house, but the pictures didn't do it justice in person. So the house is a 666 address, and we went through the neighborhood, and my daughter was just like getting excited as we were going. She's like, I love the entry. I love this. I love that. It's got an optional HOA where you can have access to the lake, the same lake that other place was, had the views of. It's an angel number address. We walked into the house, and it just like the vibe was really nice, and the vibe was really chill, and it was very zen-like. And it had a garage, it had the 3 rooms, it had the whole kitchen was redone, the bathrooms were redone. There's no pool, there's minimal yard, but even the backyard had a zen feel to it where you could do different things and just make it so just I don't know, the zen is the word. It was a zen house. It was so cool. And so we we talked about that house, and the realtor reached out and was like, hey, the seller's really motivated. They've had the house on the market a year. Nothing's really moved. And they want to, if it's not sold, they want to rent it. And they have a rent to own option and all this stuff. So there's lots of options with that house. So I was like, okay, I mean, that shows potential, but actually, is it in my budget? Do I have a budget? What is my budget for that? I was not thinking about, moving directly into something like that right away. I was kind of thinking that we would land at my mom's house and at least be there a few months to kind of get some, just have some ground beneath my feet, financially speaking, before jumping into something. So, I mean, we love the house, all of us, and we're just going to put it out there in the universe and do some manifesting and see if this house is right for us. Then it will be there. It'll be available when we need it. It won't be taken by somebody else if it's not meant for us. Of course, we need to put in effort. And effort was, going to look at places and spaces. now the effort comes where it's like, what is the reality when it comes to housing, and is that the right move, and how can we make it happen? So yeah, so we're just gonna figure that out. But that was the good chunk of the day, and after, I was just like on a high still, looking at all the houses, so excited. We were done looking, and I went and took the kids to get ice cream. And again, I was so excited. Ice cream, yes, hanging out with the kids, doing fun things. And I just was like, let's just have fun together and go home. And we hung out in the sun, and it was just a beautiful day. Lots of energy, lots of excitement. And I really love the connection I've had with my daughter, and just how she's continuing to show me her maturity and her growth, and just what an amazing person she is. It's just beautiful to see that. So Thursday evening, my pops came home. It was raining and lightning and pouring again. The last couple of days it's been like that in the evening. My mom came home, and she had gone to the hospital to see my grandmother. We just were chilling at the house, hanging out. This was a chill day. I didn't have any plans in the evening, so it was just, just relax and hang out with everybody, get some dinner, watch some movies. I was continuously just like trying to make sure I have all my documentation in order for the kids' schools and all of this stuff for moving and whatnot. But yeah, I try to remember all of the things. Like I said, it's easier for me if I can record every day than I remember things, like even the little details. But having such a crazy thing, like of all the things we were doing, and then my grandma falling and having hospital stuff, it just like got away from me. But so that was Thursday, and then Friday, it was more of a chill day, and I had plans to go meet up with my coffee shop friend and just talk about their second location and connect before I was leaving. So, the morning was chill. I did my workout. I got myself dressed and ready. I got some sun. I did some things around the house, and I've been, constantly doing laundry and different things like that. But went to meet up with him at the coffee shop and hung out for a few, just talking about their second location, talking about the future of the company, talking about, like, he's always saying, like, you have an apron here, and whenever you move down, we have a spot, we can make room. We'll get you hooked up, and he is so cute this time. He was like, I don't know if we can pay you enough or what you deserve. He's like, but we have a spot and we can pay you. So it's kind of like, I have something if I need it, if I can't find anything else or whatever. So that's really cute. And so, yeah, we had a great conversation, talked about some things. I left and went on my way back home, just to hang out with the kids and just be at the house again, making sure, like, if they wanted to do anything or got anything or needed anything. And my son has been really into oranges, so I stopped and got oranges and stopped and got bagels because we were almost out of bagels, and just a few things we needed at the grocery store to get those things. And then I had plans to meet up with a friend of mine, an old friend that I connected with when I was in, like, both of my kids were really, really little, in a mom's group with baby wearing. And so I've kept up with her for a long time, and we just have been in each other's social media circles. And then I was like, hey, like, she's been posting a lot of really spiritual stuff. And so we finally got together and had, like, coffee, and just had a great 2.5 hour conversation of just about all of the healing and trauma and stuff that we've been going and dealing with over the last 3 to 5 years. And it was crazy just how similar things were, and that we neither one of us was in a place to share and be open about it at the time. But now later we are, and it's just so exciting to have somebody to bounce these things off of and who's open to listen and experience and have similar views. And like we were talking about, I don't really feel like this right now, but sometimes I have, where you have friends and you have people who come around you and all they want to do is like drain you. They want you to help them. They want you to be the experience. They want you to say yes to them and always like helping them. And you're just continuously just like energy's being drained and you're being used. And not that it is like that, but that's sometimes how it feels. And then she's like, I really want to be in a space where I am in the room with people who are at my level, who are healing and doing the same things and in the journey or above me. Like some people who have done it and who have like been healed and been on this journey for a while, who I can look up to. And we're talking about being in the room with the right people. And yes, it's cool to have friends and people in your circle who might need something from you every once in a while, but you really have to be aware of those vampires who are in your life, who are demanding things from you. And you're like, it's all about cord cutting and releasing the old you, because a lot of people who are still in your circle from, a long time ago might remember the old you, the you that they could just take advantage of, the you that was a doormat, the you that was like the yes man, the you that was unhealed and needing people's attention and validation. And so it was like really great to talk about that and how to be inspirational to one another, and like even just the littlest things that we had to share that was different. It was just like these aha moments where we can just be like, I've just heard that, or like that resonates with me so much. And it was just such a beautiful time to spend, and we definitely will be getting together soon. And doing things together that we, like the sound baths and yoga and retreats and spiritual things. And so it's just beautiful to have people in the same realm as you with likes and dislikes and just like journeys, and just to be able to speak freely and be open and who you are without having to hold back and worry about judgment and all that stuff. So it was just, like I said, it was just a beautiful time. So after that, it started to pour, and I got in the car and I got home, and then my mom and her husband had taken the kids to the hospital to hang out with my grandma, to do like a big dinner with her. And they got ice cream, and they had this story about the ice cream and how big it was. And like, they were just laughing about the ice cream, and they had a great time together. So this is, a big reason why I'm moving down there, is because I want my kids to have more people to do things with. They'll have grandparents, they'll have their great grandparents. So like everybody's going to be there. They're going to have more family, and then I'll have more support. And I could do it by myself because I have, but having that support is just a beautiful thing, especially when it's family. So yes, that was Friday. Friday, we, everybody hung out, we watched movies, we chilled in the evening. It was raining again, pouring and raining. And, throughout this whole time, I've been keeping up with my new Florida guy, just like texting and calling and, talking about getting together. And, it's just been a great time to connect. And so Saturday morning, my plan was to get up really early before everybody got up and head over to his place to hang out. And so Saturday was his day. And like the previous Saturday, he came to me and we did our date together. And then Sunday, I went out to him. And then Wednesday, he came out to me. And so Saturday, I just decided to go out to him. And so he had planned to get like breakfast and do like a brunch. And so, yeah, I got over there super early. No traffic. It was like 45 minutes. It was just like a really nice, easy drive. And listened to some podcasts on the way. I got some gas in the car, gassed it up, full tank, because we'll be driving back on Sunday. So yeah, it was just a really great connection, snuggling, cuddling, enjoying each other's time together, just like being there. And then it was, a lot of things that I'm not going to talk about, but he cooked me breakfast, and it was like, later in the day, so it was brunch. I made some tea, some eggs, some bacon. He got me a gift for Mother's Day, a card and a balloon and like a really cute bracelet, like a couple's magnetic bracelet. So like every time you're together, the magnets connect, and it's just such a cute thing. Very, very thoughtful. All the gifts he put together for me, and that he even did that. It was just cute. Very, like I said, very thoughtful, very sweet. And I just was enjoying time, spending time physically together, that we were in the same space. And like I said, it feels relaxing. It feels easy. It doesn't feel crazy. My system isn't going like haywire, and then I'm not having all these crazy emotions and feelings. And it's like he's so funny and cute and just wonderful. Is just like a wonderful person. And to be able to hang out with somebody who cares so deeply about others, and like is literally his job is to care for others and people who are sick, and to make their days and their weekends and their travel brighter and better. And just to be around that energy is just beautiful. And then to combine my energy with his energy, and both of us are positive mindset people, and the more positive mindset I bring in, the more positive mindset he brings in, and it's just kind of like we're leveled up in a way where I'm able to see how he brings his positivity in, and he's able to see how I bring my positivity in. And it's just, like I said, it's so beautiful. Everything that I've been experiencing has been just so beautiful and wonderful and lovely. And that's the perfect word. The only word that I can think to describe it is beautiful. And I've been really just resting in my manifestations in the morning and the evenings, before and after, but when I wake up and before I go to sleep, just resting in this abundance of just everything. I can be abundant in emotional health and physical health, and I don't necessarily have to be abundant in finances to be abundant, but it would be nice. It's nice to have financial abundance. So I've just been feeling more and more open and at peace, and just beautiful. So hung out with him, and it was just really hard to say goodbye and leave. And I did something crazy because every time we talk on the phone, every time we text each other, every time we're communicating and together and all this stuff, I have been feeling it on the tip of my tongue. I really just want to say I love you. And it's been something that's there, and it's there, and it's there. And I'm it's really too soon to say it. But then I thought, why is it too soon? Is it too soon because society says it's too soon to say it, or it's taboo to say something too early? And I'm but what is love really? Love is acceptance. Love is beautiful. Love is all these things. You can go on and on and on about what love is. And this is not me saying like, this is not me saying or asking him to marry me or to have a future with me. This is just saying something that's on my heart, and my heart is open and my heart is accepting and loving, and I feel the love, and I wanted to express it vocally. And so I told him, I was like, hey, I wanted to tell you something that's been on my heart and my mind, and it's nothing bad. And so I said, I just want to really express to you that every time we talk and text, and I just feel like I want to tell you I love you. And I said, just take this and let it sit with you, and you don't have to reciprocate those exact words right now. I just feel it. I feel that I need to express it out loud to you. And so it was like, for me to do that without needing him to say it back to me, without needing to, like, I didn't need validation. The validation for me was me saying it and not expecting anything in return, and expressing the love and making it known. That was all I needed. And so it was just a beautiful thing, because I was able to express it to him, and he was able to take it and be like, wow, that's a really big thing. Because for him, saying I love you is really heavy and really deep and really committed. And he said, he accepted it, he heard it, he was thankful and grateful for that. And he said, well, I really like you a lot, and I'm not ready to say I love you. And that was okay. Like, I was not hurt. I was not offended. I was not anything other than just like love. Love is love, and love doesn't expect. And so it was just a beautiful moment for me to just, like I said, just be able to express something and not expect anything, and be okay with the result. And I sat with it, and I was just like, wow, I can't believe, well, I mean, I can, but it's just amazing to me to see the growth that's happened within me, and the things that have changed, and the way that I interact and act and move through life. And it was, like I said, just a beautiful thing. So I walked away, I didn't walk away because I was in my car. I got in the car and drove off and went back to the house to hang out with everybody. And I stopped and got my son some cookies and some snacks for the trip back, and was there in the afternoon, and we all just hung out. We played games. We did a lot of fun things together before, packing up. And so that was a big thing too. I made sure the laundry was done, the kids' bags were packed. I threw everything in the car that I needed to, that I could throw in the car before, the morning. And, got everybody ready to go. We hung out, like I said, played games, hung out with the family, did dinner. And then I was like, I need to go to sleep at 10. So I can make sure I can have a little bit of sleep for the drive. And then my son wanted to stay up, so he ended up staying up a little bit with my mom, and the kids went to bed and did their thing, and I went to bed, and that was the evening. It was, like I said, a beautiful couple of days. It's been a beautiful trip. It's all beautiful. Beautiful is my identification word for what's been happening, and it's just amazing. And I'm just living in the light and the excitement. And not every single second is light and excitement, but I bounce back pretty quickly now. And I'm just loving it. It's just beautiful. So I thank you guys so much for being here, for listening in, for sticking with me. And I do understand, I've talked to some of my friends and people who listen in. They don't necessarily listen to every single day, but they do catch some of them, and I do appreciate it. Your time is valuable, and thank you so much for supporting me this way. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all of the things or none of the things. That is okay. Have a beautiful, beautiful, lovely, wonderful, just magical day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.